happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
What is going on, you guys? This is your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, here with my brother from another big game, James, man. And it is another episode of Best of Enemies. Today's a call-in. James, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, big dog? Another day, another dollar, another holla. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. Getting ready for week one, right around the corner. It's about that time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we were a week away, literally 7 days. We were Michael Vick days away, pun intended. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know my job. I had to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no,
Throw it out there. Throw it out
but
there.
no, I'm excited, man. Today's gonna be an interesting one. We tried to do a call in, obviously, 2 weeks ago, I think it was. That failed miserably because of me, but this week I think we got it figured out. So I think it's gonna be fun. So if you guys want to call in, James, I believe, has it in his description. I'm about to drop it in the chat for my side of things. So if you guys want to join, feel free. Way we're gonna do this is you can ask one question to both of us, or you can ask us both the same question. I really don't care. But we're just gonna try and keep this quick. So ask us a question, we'll answer it, and yeah, we'll get you in and out. 2 minutes probably per person. Just try to get as many people in. Try and keep it respectful. I talk your junk. I'm not mad. It is what it is. We all know Eagles and Cowboys fans hate each other, but keep it respectful. It is what it is. But yeah, other than that, I do want to say, I know this has nothing to do with football, but obviously we were talking about it on Twitter and everything. Rest in peace to Pat Stay. I'm gonna put that
Yeah,
out
man.
there. I am a huge fan of Pat Stay. I'm not the biggest battle rap fan. I'm gonna be 100% honest, but like that was a dude that I've shown my girlfriend over these past couple months. Kind of going back to when I used to love battle rap. So it's tough. 36 years old, man. Is way too young. But I just wanted to say that because that's just tough. That's just tough. But yeah. But how you
I
feeling, man?
mean,
Are you excited for some football? I don't know if you
I
want to.
mean, yeah, I'm definitely excited for some football, but just bouncing off that, I'm gonna just tell you right
Yeah.
now, man. It's crazy to be a rapper now.
Yeah.
I mean, back in my day growing up, people battle rapped and you rapped. I mean, there was violence back in the day, sure there was, but not like now. I mean, it's like rappers are targets. They make a song,
Yeah.
anything happens, next thing you know, they're dead. And it's like this is not happening like every, once a year. Like look at all the rappers that have been slain like within the last, let's say, 3 years, big time rappers and guys you never heard of, or just it's crazy. And big time prayers for Pat and his family. But man, they got to figure out something, man. Something like this has got to stop. Where I mean, this is crazy. I mean, my oldest son, he raps, and I worry about those things. You know what I'm saying? Because you worry about the company you keep, you worry about the people that surround you. There's always some hate, always some jealousy in there, and it's like you can never trust that kind of business now. It's so grimy. So just everybody be careful out there, especially what I'm saying, these rappers for real.
Yeah, especially now with social media, you never know. People have such a different level of access to people now, right? It's like people know
Hmm.
exactly where you are. You look at Pop Smoke stuff,
Hmm.
and it's like you post one video, and boom, you
Locations,
got it
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, like you cannot
It's
post your locations. Like when it's crazy. Like you said, it's social media, man. Because when we were growing up, when I was growing up, that was never around. Now I'm sure that stuff was going on. I'm sure it was. You know what I mean? But you were never exposed to it. It was never in front of you. But Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, everything out there. Anytime something happens, there's a picture, there's a camera. There's not nobody's calling anybody. They're taking pictures and photos and cameras and taking videos, and they're snapping it to the latest Twitter page, and it's crazy. So like you said, if you're a rapper or somebody now, it's like you post, you say something to somebody says something, you post your location, you don't even know, you could just be out and about, and next thing you know, somebody run up on you now, and you
Mhm.
don't even know, because it's that easy for them to be able to find you like never before. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of crazy. And it's just, I feel like social media has its good things, Joe, but it has a lot of evils, and that's one of the evils that people take advantage of.
Yeah, yeah, and I have nephews, right? And I have nephews that are of the age that they understand what the internet is and how they can utilize it. It's a slippery slope, though. You take one or two bad turns on the internet. Unfortunately, there's so many dark, scary places that it's tough. It is tough, and it's sad that we have to continuously say this. I feel like every month, if not every week, we're talking about another person. So
Hmm.
It's sad, man. It definitely is sad. Battle rap changed, with Pat Stay. I think that he was one of the people that really changed what battle rap was. Obviously, coming in that time when it was really becoming a mainstream thing. So yeah, it's just tough. I don't know. I really it actually affected me a lot more than I thought it would. Right? Like I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the hugest of battle rap fans, but when I heard it, I was like, damn, I'm in shock, and it just sucks. It really does suck, but. It is what it is. I think we should talk a little bit of football. I guess that's what gets
Yeah.
our mind off of everything. So I
Yeah.
want to talk about you guys for a second because
Okay. Because
that's
you
what
like talking about us.
I knew you were gonna say that. No, but I want to talk Jason Peters, man. I want to talk about
Yeah.
Peters. How do you feel about that? I know a lot of people are going back and forth. Eagles fans, we are jaded because of the last couple years with the Philadelphia Eagles. Had a decent year, I guess, with the Chicago Bears. Not really saying much, but how do you feel about Jason Peters now being? I believe it's official, right? You guys officially signed him.
No, they haven't officially signed him. I mean, it should be pretty much done deal from what I'm hearing. I talked to quite a few people from what I'm hearing. It should be a done deal by Monday, hopefully. They had to get the physical out the way. I mean, why would you be mad at it? I mean, people are like saying, "Oh, he's 40 years old." I get it; he is 40 years old. I already expect that he's not going to be the player. We saw he's not the player that he used to be. But here's the thing about Jason Peters: he's an established veteran. They've been crying for a veteran. They take forever to do this. So you got to understand this is the Cowboys way. So I don't get frustrated and angry how they do this because I understand this is how they do it. If I got Montel Jordan, this is how they do it. This is how they do it, dog. So I don't get upset about it. But like I said, if we're looking at him, had a decent year with Chicago. But here's the thing. If you're trying to groom a young tackle who's a first round draft pick, try to put him at guard. You had Tyron Smith. Everybody knew he eventually was going to be the tackle. So my thing is, you might as well just keep him there. Put Conor McGovern at left guard, roll with him at tackle. Tyron Smith, in my opinion, is done. He's done, in my opinion. I don't feel like he should just. I think he should just retire. Just my opinion. I feel like you should have used him for trade goods 3 years ago, but people didn't listen to me when he was breaking down. You could have got something for him, and they would have had to deal with the injuries and all that stuff. And you could have fleeced him for some draft picks and maybe a player, and could have got him over there. And they dealing with the injuries, and you doing good. But Cowboys way. But as I said before, Joe, that right there with the Jason Peters, he's a veteran. He knows how to do his stances. He knows how to do technique. He's not the guy that he was, but he knows technique. And he's a savvy veteran. And he knows how to, what I'm saying? He knows how to do his sets. And so when he's going against certain players, it will be more comfortable with him than you starting with that rookie tackle who had no snaps in preseason coming off a high ankle sprain. That makes the most sense for you to bring a veteran out there and then slowly cook your Tyler Smith. When you're feeling like that ankle is good, then you throw him in there, and then you still keep a Jason Peters on for the year to mentor. He said he was here, he wanted to sign a contract, and he wanted to be a mentor to somebody. So this would, to me, would be perfect mentorship from one of the greatest left tackles, in my opinion, that's played the game. Like in my era that I've seen, I'm sure he's a Hall of Famer, and that kind of knowledge can spit to a Tyler Smith. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I will say that he said, I want to say it was right before the start of yeah, I want to say like right before the start of last week. I could be wrong on the actual date, but there was a quote from him saying that he wants to either join a contending team and go with a veteran O line and try and win another a ring, or he was willing to be that type of mentor, and that kind of scares me. And a lot of Eagles fans might not say this, they might not want to admit this, but we don't want Jason Peters going over there mentoring any of your people.
Hmm.
If anything, the couple years into, I'll say like 2 or 3 years prior to him like really really falling off, I think every Eagles fan would have been on the same page saying we would love for him to come back as an Eagles coach or a mentor or stay in
Hmm.
some type of capacity. The real problem that the Eagles had was that we had players that were better than him, or even just players that were drafted to take his spot and they just didn't get the chance. And that's what I think the real problem with Eagles fans. And Jason Peters had a fall off. There was definitely, you're gonna see that, like you said, age catches up to everybody except for Tom Brady. It is what it is. So there's gonna be a fall off, especially at that offensive line spot. But at the same time, like you said, he is a veteran. He is somebody that can go in there, help your youth out, help your youth kind of grow. And I don't want to see that happen in Dallas. So I will say this. I said this on Twitter. If he goes into Dallas and he stinks it up, where I am driving him to the Hall of Fame my damn self. You are the man. I hope he
I
ruins
don't think he does.
the
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't. I just feel like he has a certain type of pride in himself as
yeah,
a
facts.
veteran. And you see some of those guys. You know, they talk about the Andres Whitworth. You know, they have a certain type of pride in them that they played a long time. And if they're going to step foot on the field, I'm sure they don't want to be looking embarrassing themselves. And I don't feel like maybe he would come out on the field if he did feel like he could embarrass himself. Like I said, when you play proper technique and you still have the size and the that ability, you can still play it at a level that will be okay. You get what I'm saying? And plus,
Yeah,
they're saying Dallas really wants to run the ball. So if they want to run the ball, that will be easier if Jason Peters is signed, that he is probably a better run blocker than a pass blocker right now, because then you can use his size and he can just do one thing. You don't have to worry about the pass blocking and speed rushers getting past him. But like you said, and then like I said, the mentorship is what I heard. And you know, just like you had mentioned what he was talking about, that's the thing that rung bells in my ear, was saying he would love to be a mentor to somebody. And if you got a guy like a Tyler Smith who is young, has the size, 6'4", 320 pounds, cock strong like a Tyron Smith, and you can see the strength have you in the preseason games. And if you see a Jason Peters say, okay, I kind of like this dude, I really want to mentor him, that only is helping Dallas and only making Dallas a better team in the long run, especially down the line. So, hey, like I said, sign him up. Let's see what can happen. And like I said, I feel better with him on that left side starting than a young Tyler Smith who's still nursing an ankle and never did it on the
yeah.
pro tip yet.
Yeah, and something people may have forgotten because it was like damn near 20 years ago with Jason Peters at this point, but he started off as a tight end. He was a slender guy himself. He was an athletic guy himself. So Tyler Smith, very similar, right? They're both very big guys, very athletic, very slender. I mean, Tyler Smith is big, but he looks skinny to me, and I'm not trying to say that to be like rude. It's just he looks skinny, and that's not a bad thing. He looks athletic. So it very comparable. So
It's like a young Ty, but you gotta look at it. He looks like a young Tyron Smith too, because when Tyron Smith came in the league, everybody was saying, man, his body is built different. He's not built like a regular left tackle because he was
yeah,
tall and he wasn't slender, but he had an athletic build, and that's what they equate like slender when you have the athletic build. You're every bit as the size of somebody else, but it's more the slender athletic build, and that's what he has. But he's every bit of the size. And here's the thing. I like that because he can move his feet. Left tackle, you can move your feet. You're strong. And those are two big things. And he has the length. It's not like he has the short arm. He has those prerequisites for the tackle position. His problem in college was the holding, and he was probably getting taught wrong,
yeah,
taught the wrong technique. If he gets it to a program, which I don't know if Joe Philbin's doing that, but if they can teach him the right technique, and once again, that's where Jason Peters can come in. That's a guy who has been there and done that. So if he can help you with guidance about doing proper technique at that left tackle position, that is only helping him down the line, like I said, especially when you get to the meat of the schedule. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather see Tyler Smith playing that left tackle later down the line than early. But let's start out Jason Peters, see how he does, and then get Tyler Smith in there right after that.
yeah. And I'll give all the Cowboys Nation a second to get their screen recordings going, because this is something I'll never say off of this show. I don't like it one bit. I don't like him in, in Dallas one bit. I'm gonna make my jokes. I'm gonna, say he's over the hill, he's this, he's that. I don't like it. That's one of our cornerstones of our franchise. It sucks. It sucks to look like it. Yeah, I remember Harold Carmichael. Well, I don't remember. I wasn't, around them, but I
I
think
watched
back
Harold
to,
Carmichael.
yeah, he went to the enemy, and I can only imagine how that felt. Or thinking about when Reggie White left the Eagles, how that felt, seeing him go win Super Bowls with another team. Maybe a little bit different, but this hurts. This is not cool. I don't like it. I don't, it's not something I'm excited about. I do hope that he doesn't do well for you guys, but at the same time, it's like you love the guy, so it's like I don't want him to suck. Right, I don't want him to go out there and make himself look bad. So it's a lose-lose situation for most Eagles fans. If I'm being 100% honest, that's about as realistic as I'll get about it. But other than that, I think it'll be interesting. I do want to ask one more question about JP, and then I do want to move on to another question I have about basically overall camps. But do you
Hmm.
think Jason Peters is going to take that left tackle spot week one? Is that kind of the plan, or do you think maybe not?
I think we're going to see. I think they're going to see how the physical goes, see what kind of shape he's really in. You're going to come into a different system. So I
Yeah.
think that, that's going to be different right there. You're 40 years old, you know what I mean? So I think they're going to just see how he moves, see how he works in practice, and basically see how Tyler Smith is really reacting. That ankle is reacting. Now I think if Tyler Smith is fully healthy, shout out to my sis for the $10 holla. She says, "Love my big bro James. How is my sis?" And then hello Joe. She's doing very well. Boo Thing is doing very well. Shout out to you, sis, for the $10 holla. We love you as always and love your support. It's always like no other. Shout out to my sis, big sis. But like I was saying, like I think if they're both healthy, I would roll with Tyler Smith, just me. I said Dallas said, I kind of criticized them for, when Tyler Smith got hurt, Tyron Smith got hurt, saying, y'all weren't prepared, but they did draft Tyler Smith to be that left tackle. But, you were putting him at guard, and I felt like, you got guys that can play guard, put him at tackle now. So I feel like just throw him out there, because now you got a guy in Jason Peters that you feel better than Josh Ball. You feel better than a Matt Waletzko. You feel better than those guys actually backing up Tyler Smith if something goes bad. You got a Jason Peters in there. So I feel like throw the rookie out there, have Jason Peters as your backup. Something happens, you could throw that veteran in there and let him kind of learn and slow down and get his way, and then you throw him back in there. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I say, you know what? Go with the rook. You know what I mean? Maybe I double talked and said they're going to start Jason Peters before, but I want to just go with the rook, man. Let's throw him out there, man.
Yeah.
Well, why wait? They do it with these. You feel me?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, and like you said, you have all the people in place now that can kind of help him if things go wrong, right? If he's absolutely garbage, and I'm not saying he will be, but if he falls flat on his face, and you're like, all right, JP, go out there and just kind of man the ship until we figure out what we're gonna do with him. Worst case scenario, that's not a terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's not the worst case scenario in the world. So I agree with you there. Now I want to ask you, because the Eagles and the Cowboys are basically in total polar opposites when it comes to health right now. The Eagles, and that's something I haven't been able to say for a long time, especially for the Eagles. The Eagles have gone into almost every season with a bevy of injuries. We have not really taken, and I'm trying to think of a good way of saying this without making it sound like we just don't care about preseason, but we haven't really taken the offseason or training camp too serious, in my opinion. Like, we haven't went out there and try to break a crazy sweat, try to, go hit hard. On the other end, you guys were getting fines for how hard you guys were hitting, and kind of going a little bit
That's
harder at practice.
overrated. We weren't going
But no,
hard like that.
the
That's
question I want to
overrated.
ask, but the question I want to ask is, do you think that there's a connection? Do you look at it and say, maybe we should calm down, maybe we should just chill out and have easier practices, so we're not, or are you just like, this is part of the game, next man up, keep it moving, and go as hard as you did this year?
I mean, I was there to see the live practices this year. I did go to two.
Okay.
When I went to Dallas, I didn't see this crazy hard practice where they were killing each other. I ain't see all that,
Mm.
man. I think it's that was a little tad overrated. Maybe that because maybe they were practicing extra days, and then you think they're going extra hard. But I ain't see all that crazy stuff that they talking about. Dallas had these crazy hard practices and all that stuff. Man, I ain't believing none of that. So that's overrated in my opinion. I'm not believing none of that, because Dallas still needs to prove that they're a physical team, and we need to see that. So I don't think any of that they were hearing. No, I don't believe none of that, bro. None of it at all.
All right, well, that's good to hear. Because realistically, I was talking junk and I think me and you have talked about it a lot too. I've been talking junk about our off season, and all training camp. I'm like, we're soft. We're having like hour-long practices, if that. I'm talking like 45-minute practices, to the point that I just got tired of covering it. If I'm being 100% honest, I used to like cover the training camp, but it's like, what am I going to talk about? A bunch of drills. Like, I mean, drills are cool and everything, but I'm not gonna sit here and get hyped up because this guy caught a pass when nobody was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really felt like it was just soft on our end.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's good to not get hurt, but I would love to see the intensity a little bit more. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old school. Maybe I'm just looking at like how we used to do it. And I'm like, I want that back. You know what I'm saying? I want the old type of football back.
I
But
mean,
it
that
sucks.
ain't
But
really
shout out.
coming back though. No, you feel me? Because a lot of that has changed now. They changed the game now, because a lot of the players were complaining about those physical practices. They were saying that we need to use our bodies, and now they've added 17. They've added another game, so that's 17 games. So the players, we're not doing what they're doing. They got a number one weight lift train all off the off season. Then they got to come in and do the workouts and these practices. Their bodies break break down, man. They got to play 17 hard fought games, so their bodies
Yeah.
break down. So I can understand why you kind of peel back a little bit. But in my opinion, with the preseason, I wish I would have saw a little more. I wish I would have saw Dak. I wish I would have. I mean, they saved our guys. Tyron Smith really had the major injury, and that was in practice. You feel me? That wasn't in a game or anything like that because they pretty much sat out everybody in that. So Dallas pretty much protected their guys. I wish I could have saw Dak Prescott with the Dennis Houstons and the Cavante Turpins and Noah Browns and CeeDee Lambs, because I feel like that offense needs to speed it up a little bit, and we didn't see them all preseason. So Dallas is coming into week 1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an unknown, especially the offense. The defense looks pretty much set. You feel like you know what you're working with the defense. You feel like the defense is going to be your backbone for the first part of the season, probably. But in my opinion, you have no idea what's going to come out of this offense and what it's actually going to look like this week 1. I have no idea what they're going to look like.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think it was Carlos. I could be wrong. That asked, but they asked, "Did you guys announce your captains yet?"
I don't think we have.
You haven't.
No, I don't think. Maybe we have. I ain't gonna lie. I don't pay attention to that stuff, dog. If you want me, if you want me to keep it all the way real, I don't care about that stuff. Straight up, you
I
know what I
respect
mean.
that. I respect it.
You know what I
I
mean.
think
I
it's gonna be
mean
kind
that's
of
all.
obvious between
That's
the
all
two.
good. You feel me? But I ain't on that.
Yeah, well, the Eagles announced theirs, and these are the Super Bowl winning captains. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? We
Yo,
gotta
in
go get.
2017, 5 years ago.
Hey, it's gonna be 2022. You're gonna be talking about our
No, it's
Super
not.
Bowl.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, here's the thing. Like I said, the funny thing is about this, Joe, nobody's talking about Dallas, and that's cool. You don't need to talk about Dallas because I don't feel like Dallas is a team that needs to be talked about right now. They got issues. There's questions, not really across the board, but there are questions with the coaching. There is questions with the offense. So, but Dallas still in the play because of talent. But you guys, everybody's like really hyping y'all. If you look at a lot of the publications right now, everything's jumping on the bandwagon. NFC Championship games, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, they're throwing them Eagles up there because on paper, y'all did this, y'all did that, y'all just got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, y'all doing this, making moves. So, buddy, it's going to be looking worse for y'all if y'all go out there. You told me that, yeah, we ain't got big contracts, though. We got, if a lot of this happens, we can cut with this, we can cut with that. But it's just a fact. A lot of people are hyping your team. So now y'all gonna have to live up to this hype, whether y'all trying to kill this or not. Y'all got a lot of hype behind y'all. So y'all really better stand on it and y'all ready to come and show and prove, because they're saying this is your year.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I just made a video, I think it was yesterday, that I was like, how far do the Eagles really have to go for it to be considered a success? And it is true. They have to do something. I'm not gonna sit here and say they got to win a Super Bowl, but you gotta make this fan base believe that that's pretty damn close. And realistically, there has to be. This is going to be one of those years that you're going to get a scapegoat. And it might not be 100% fair. Like, there's going to be people that are very upset about what happens next year if the Eagles don't make it as far as they want to. So, like, and I mean, like, a Jalen Hurts might be, if he doesn't have a great year, they might be like, listen, we're going to go get a vet that can just take us over the top. Or, maybe the coaching staff doesn't do the greatest. We've let go of a Super Bowl winning coach. I have I have zero faith in Howie giving anybody another chance. I think that these past couple years were their chance. This was it. You had 2 years to build this thing. Now we're here. Let's see what we're gonna do. So it's going to be interesting. I think that there is going to be a lot of rash decisions made if we like go to the playoffs and lose in the first round or something like that, or God forbid, don't even make the playoffs. I think there's going to be a lot of rash decisions. But we are young. We are very young. The core is
So
young.
are we.
So
I think we're the third youngest roster in the NFL.
really, yeah, but
Yeah,
we're
and
good and
remember,
young. That's the
oh,
difference.
whatever, dog.
We got
Hey,
like
let me.
all stars that are young. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like
name some all stars that you have are young right now. All star, young.
AJ Brown.
How old is
If you
AJ
want me
Brown? Trevin Diggs, Michael
okay,
Parsons.
I would say AJ Brown, Landon
He
Dickerson.
just came to your team. He
Landon
just came to
Dickerson
your
last
team.
year. Last year he was one of the best
Okay, like I
guards
said,
in
Trevin
football.
Diggs, and so was Trevin Diggs, one of the
Okay,
best
so
cornerbacks.
we got
Michael
two
Parsons,
two
that
versus
one of
two.
the best, if not the second. We agreed that he's the second best defensive player in the league right now.
Yeah, yeah,
CeeDee
yeah. We
Lamb ain't
did.
no
I
joke.
can't lie about that.
CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb ain't no
CD's
joke.
good. So right now you got two, you got three, I got two, right? I'll give you Chauncey Gardner Johnson is going to be another Pro Bowl.
Osa Ogadazua
Okay, so
in the middle.
who the hell's that? No, I'm not giving you
What?
that.
Come
Who's
on,
that?
don't do that. No, no,
I'm
no.
not giving
See,
you
that's
that.
where you got to really see. But see, you could throw me some slept on players. I could say, yeah, they're good because I looked at your roster. Go look up Osa Ogadazua. He had like 2.5 sacks, came in as a rookie game busters. Him and Michael Parsons was turning up. He just hit the rookie wall. He's a 3 tech. He could play the zero coming out of UCLA last year. He's a dog, 6'2",
Then I'll say
200.
Milton.
Now I think
I'll say Milton Williams if we're going that far. I'll say Milton
okay,
Williams.
yeah, okay.
I'll say our whole
Let me
damn
see what's.
defensive line. I say like Jordan Davis.
I mean, but
I don't want to
I
put
mean,
rookies in it because that's like too much projection. But Devontae Smith,
let me pull up my
Dallas
roster.
Goddard,
Oh, we
Jalen
got.
Hurts.
Hey, we got.
Did I get to
We
sneak
got
that
some.
one?
We got some nice. No, you can't sneak no Jalen Hurts in because I can say Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard.
I like Tony though. I do like Tony. And I hear he's gonna be moving to the slot a lot.
Well, that's what they. We'll believe. I'll believe when we see it. You know what I'm saying? I'll believe when I see it. You know what I mean? So don't act like I said. Don't act like we ain't got no young. Our young roster. We got a young roster now. A lot of these guys are unknown. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys are unknown, but they're gonna be nice. Did you freeze on me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on.
Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me in the chat at least? No sound is still saying no sound. They say they can hear me out in the
Okay.
chat.
There you go. I can.
You can hear me
There
now?
you go.
All right.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. My bad.
That was good.
So that
You
means
gotta love it.
you were saying a bunch. That means you were saying a bunch of nothing. Then. That's what that tells me. He was saying a bunch of nothing, y'all. So that let me know. Yep. He was saying a bunch
Dallas
of
trying
nothing.
to
You feel
silence
me?
me, man. I don't like that. I don't
Yeah,
like
no,
that. That's not cool.
I mean, like I said, y'all got young guys, but like I said, we got young, unproven guys. You feel me? We got young guys that are nice too. You feel me? I mean, when you talking about the Jabril Coxes, he's still a little unproven, but he's young and nice. Chauncey Golston. I mean, we had a really good, and I told you about the Deron Bland kid who we got this past year, Sam Williams. I mean, I think those guys are in Tyler Smith. I think he's going to be a really good offensive tackle. You talk about your young guys at the offensive line.
Jordan Mailata. I forgot about Jordan Mailata.
I mean, but those
we got some young dogs.
Neville Gallimore. I mean, Neville Gallimore. I mean, he's
it's gonna be interesting.
Too.
2 years from now, this conversation is gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be a very, very interesting because I think in 2 years we're gonna be at the point that both teams are gonna be either kind of at the point that they have the rookies that they want to build with, or they're looking for some. So I think in 2 years, we're going to be looking at this draft class and the last draft class and really sitting here saying, wow, we built our teams off of that. Because if you look at the Cowboys and the Eagles, it was like, when you look back when we first kind of moved on from the Tony Romo and the Donovan McNabb eras, they were just back-to-back drafts that you were both teams were building that offensive line, building that defensive line. It was very, very obvious what we were trying to do, and I think we're kind of there again. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Though we got 140 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you guys, I mean, it's funny. I feel like every time we do this, they're like, do a call in, do a call in. We do a call in, and nobody wants to call in. Nobody, it is what it is. But I do want to give you a little nugget. I want to give you a little nugget because we're talking about our young players, right? And obviously, you know my job and everything. So Saturday, I had to do an interview, or not Saturday, I forget what day it was, but the other day I had to do an interview with Dante Hall, right? And I asked him, if you look at across the landscape of the NFL, is there any player that reminds you of you? And he straight up, I hope my boss ain't watching. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but he straight up told me, he was like, a couple years ago, I would say hell no. But right now, Turpin. He said that Turpin is legit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's please.
I didn't want to tell you that until today. I wanted to get your live reaction to
record this, please. Record this, please.
He really likes him.
Joe.
He really likes him.
Joe, make sure you go back in this show and you cut this part and you play it on Twitter. You go back and edit
I
this
got
part.
You.
And you do that for me, okay?
Because grab it for you.
Because my dog, Boss Cowboys, when Turpin came out, because I've been screaming Turpin. You feel me? My dog put KMT. Shout out to him. I give him love because he's the one that put me on, talking about way before Dallas signed him. And then once I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, this is the dude. This is the juice, dude. This is who we need. All I got to see was see him in practice. When I seen him, them quick feet, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the dude. When he had them 2 returns, I was like, yep, that just solidified it. Now, my dog, Boss Cowboys, he was like, nah, I ain't sold on him yet. I'm like, I'm telling you, dog, he going to be nice. And you remember Dante Hall, if you threw him in some slippy plays in the offense, he would get some catches and get some touchdowns. Yeah. And I said, Turpin can do this same thing. So when he was like, he called me, he was like, all right, I'm eating my crow. He had me on live there. He said, I'm eating my crow about Turpin. He said, but I want you to give me a comp. You know what I'm saying? He said, I asked you if you agree with this comp. I'm saying Deshaun Jackson. And he said, not the receiver, Deshaun Jackson, the punt returner, Deshaun Jackson. I was like, I could see that. I was like, but my comp is Dante Hall. He reminds me the size, the body, the how he can slippy catch some passes in the offense like Dante Hall did. I said, that is my comp. He said, ooh, you know what I mean? And now the man Dante Hall himself says, my comp will be Turpin.
Yeah, and he even said, hey, shout out to Fanfield. Everybody got watch for that interview because it was a really fun interview. We got some stuff coming out with Dante Hall. But yeah, he was really high on that kid. Yeah, and like I said, he even said a couple years ago he would say hell no. He would say heck to the nah. But he really likes the kid. So I knew you would get excited about that. I didn't want to text it to you.
There's my boss. There go boss in there. Yeah, you feel me, boss? Yeah, I told you. Man.
I know he hype. I know he hype. But I mean, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with your team and our team. The youth that we have on these squads is very, very encouraging. I think that we a couple years ago were making the conversation that it's gonna be Dak versus Carson for years to come. We didn't get that, right? But we have gotten 2 good teams that have been fighting for the past couple years. 1 year we fell off, 1 year you fell off, but outside of that, we've been in contention, right? We've both been in contention. It's been back and forth. So it's only going to get thicker. The competition's only going to get thicker. So it's going to be interesting. We're at what, 30 minutes right now?
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Listen before you say that, but listen before you say that. I'm going to give you our 30-year-olds. Everybody else under 30, okay, on our teams. Tyron Smith, we know about him. He's 31, okay? Zach Martin, we know about him. He's 31, okay? And this Goodwin, he's a special teams guy, but you're not saying if you don't have a CJ Goodwin. Anthony Barr, he's 30. Dallas just got him. Okay. And then you have DeMarcus Lawrence, who's 30. So really you got 5 players, one guy who just came in that are 30-year-old, 2 on the offensive line, one of your defensive linemen who just turned 30, and your special teams guy. So, yeah, if you look at all the rest of them, it's the 23s, the 24s, the 25s, the 26s. Dallas is hella young too, dog. Look at that. How many 30-year-olds you got on your squad?
That's what I'm about to check right now.
Yeah,
I know, obviously. So are we talking just overall or like starters?
No, just overall. How many 30 on your team?
Overall,
that's overall. On
we got a good
only
amount.
5, and one just came in. I know you do.
I'll tell you right now because I don't want to misspeak. Because obviously, I mean, you have your obvious ones, right? You have your Lane Johnson that's over 30. You have your Fletcher Cox. You have, I think Javon Hargrave is just under 30. You have so I said Fletcher, I said Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. How old is Isaac Sayamalu? I think I'm pretty sure he's under 30. Who else we got that's over 30? Brandon Graham. I'm
Count
surprised I forgot
one. Y'all
him.
got one.
Rick Lovato. I mean, he's our our long snapper, if you want to count that. I think that's it though.
It's a lot of them on defense, though, ain't it? 3,
Not really. You have
4,
Slay.
5, 6.
Slay's
I count
31
7. I count 7.
on defense
No, altogether.
in total. Yeah. So you have Slay. You have what's the code? Why can't I think right now? Slay, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Rick Lovato, and then who's the last one? Rick Lovato. I don't see another one.
So you got 6.
So we have 6. 4 of which that are probably going to be, count. We're going to count on 4 of them. Yeah. James Bradbury is 29, so he's right there. But yeah, so we
one
have
of our 30-year-olds
6.
is already out. So we got Tyler Smith. So Tyron Smith is out. So really, that are really going to make any kind of waves that are really in the lineup, or even what you talk about the rotation is DeMarcus Lawrence and Zach Martin. Everybody else that's contributing is young, and maybe Anthony Barr that we just added. So, dog, like I told you, dog, Dallas. This is not some. If you look at the way that the East is trajected, you're not looking at Dallas and Philadelphia as the teams that are falling off within the next couple of years due to youth and talent.
At all.
That shouldn't be the case. That's why I said I don't want to hear the excuses from the Cowboys, because you do have a young roster. And I go back to this time and time again, Joe, that I don't be mad how they're doing the roster. I don't be mad how they have young players. Who gets mad at having young athletic players, dog? I'm not mad at that. But at a certain point in time, here's the thing. They had a stat that they posted. I think they said Dallas had 81%, the most out of any team as far as keeping their homegrown talent, right? That's a good thing. You're not mad at that. You're building your players. But if those homegrown talent players are not taking you to the apex, because that's not happening right now, right? You have all the homegrown talent. You're drafting well. You're keeping the guys with you. You're re-signing the players because you're not going heavy in free agency. So you're re-signing the players, but those players are still falling short. So it's great to have the homegrown talent, but if it's falling short, don't you think you got to add a little bit to something? Because that homegrown talent is not doing it. So that's why, like, you got to add a piece here and there from the free agency that's top end talent that will go ahead and blend with your homegrown talent to take you over the hump. But I don't believe that's the belief. They believe that we're going to keep our homegrown talent. We're going to keep drafting and stay young. And okay, but it's not working because, number one, I feel like you meddle with those coaches and you don't really let those coaches coach that talent the way they're really supposed to. And that's why I feel like you see the Dallas have choking situations, or they do dumb things that's be happening. Like I said, those things trickle down. And I feel like when you don't really let your coaches coach the way they want to and need to coach, really let them take hold of the team, really let them say, this is my team. Let me really run this team like I want. Then I feel like the team kind of gravitates to that, and then the team takes over the mantra of the coach. But I feel like if there's always the meddlesomeness and the back and forth, and you don't really let those coaches do their job, I feel like that's when those little problems always arise, and you lose those type of games that you should win, or when you have those really big games, you fall short.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I can't wait, man. We've been talking so much junk back and forth this whole, and now we're like 7 days a week.
But y'all. Here's the thing, y'all got to Dallas. Y'all have to beat Dallas. You feel what I'm saying? So for all the talk that the Eagles are doing, they have to beat Dallas. That's why we not tripping. You feel what I'm saying? We're not tripping off the Philadelphia Eagles. We understand y'all did get better. My opinion is don't sleep on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on y'all, because they're supposed to. They're trying to come at us like they always do. But like I said, y'all have to beat us. Dallas has been whipping y'all, dog. Like, Dallas is beating y'all. So that's why I don't be tripping at Eagles when they come crazy, because no matter what they saying, Dak still has a overall really good record against Philly. I think it's 7-3. It doesn't matter. you know, if it was against this and that. It's the fact that that's a winning record against the squad. So y'all have to prove that y'all can consistently beat Dallas. Not Dallas has to consistently beat y'all right now.
Yeah. All the pressure's on us, and that's what happens when you're the favorite. That's why
A lot of
I don't
pressure.
want us to be the favorite, but it is what it is. So we got a call in from Freddie B is the name. So I think he's coming from your channel. So we're gonna bring him on here, see what he got to say, man. What's going on,
What's
Freddie?
up, guys?
What's going on,
Hey,
What's
brother?
going on?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What's going on? Life crazy.
Life's crazy. This life's crazy. Hey, I couldn't make that practice.
Oh, what's good?
Big game, James. I couldn't make it to that practice, bro. It take too much time, but I'm gonna say this. Joe, we always little brother, y'all. Y'all always gonna be okay. Look, that old line don't mean nothing when you got D-Law coming after y'all. We coming after y'all. We bringing the dogs on y'all.
I will say,
that line was still there.
I will say Dallas's D line has never ever scared me, especially DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is not a pass rusher, in my opinion. I don't think he is. I think he's a great run stopper. I think that's about it.
Number one in the rushing, right? But D-Law's all about that game stop. He's all about him as a sack master. He's a run game.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not worried about him. You're going against the number one run offense from last year, so that's why I'm not really too worried about your run stopper.
You already called it yourself. Jalen Hurts is gonna be y'all scapegoat. Y'all gonna try to throw it on whatever. I understand that, but until Jalen Hurts can prove he can pass the ball, we're always going little brother, y'all. I just want to get on here and say that. You know, I don't want to take up too much time. I'm gonna do your thing. All right. So you know,
we appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you, brother.
Also,
thank you for you always in the chat. So,
one
yeah,
thing,
go ahead.
though. I get mad. We'll say y'all's GM will make moves, and I am sick. I don't want to curse. I do not want. I have nothing nice to say about Catboy, baby, delusional, and I'm sick of it. And if y'all come, Big Game James, if you come to some games, I gotta meet you. That's it.
Gotcha.
That's all I want to say. Time, man.
That's love, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, but y'all ain't gonna come in here and talk junk to me like that, bro. Y'all ain't gonna hurt my feelings like that. You know what I'm saying? No, all jokes aside, then I'm not afraid of y'all D line. I'm not afraid.
I don't
defensive line at
see
all.
Here, I don't know why you not. You saying you're not afraid of it. I can hear you, but our defensive line is going to give y'all problems. It's not like y'all ran the ball on us last year, did y'all? You had a number one rushing offense. Y'all didn't run the ball all on Dallas' defensive line last year, and that was the first year with Dan Quinn. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and look at it.
To be fair, because I know the first game. We only ran the ball like 8 times, so we didn't even learn to run the ball yet. And then the second game,
why is that? Because we jumped on y'all, though, right?
Yes,
and
yes, so and because our offense
game and the 2 crucial games that you had against Dak, the 2 games where Jalen Hurts had to show and really, hey, this is a big game. 0-2 in those games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was blowouts. There wasn't close games. There was blowouts. Y'all didn't run on
How many sacks did y'all have in those games, though? How many sacks did y'all have in those games?
I think we had like 4 or 5 sacks there, and DeMarcus Lawrence didn't play in that first game. Remember that. DeMarcus Lawrence didn't play in that first game. That was them young boys when Michael Parsons and also Ogadazua. They was smashing y'all. DeMarcus Lawrence did not play in that game. He missed the first 10 games of the year.
Yeah, Dak murdered.
I mean, that was just hurt. Played that first game. Dak stayed murdering y'all, though.
He murdered.
Dak stayed murdering y'all.
Y'all had 3 sacks.
You feel me?
Okay.
But
we had Gardner Minshew in as our quarterback that game.
The second game?
We had Gardner Minshew in, and then on top of that, we had 100.
That was the second game.
Hold on, we had Gardner Minshew as our start. Yeah, that was game. This is the second game that we got smacked. But we had Gardner Minshew as our starter, and then our running backs got 150. That was Kenneth Gainwell and Jason Huntley.
Come on,
those were our 2 running backs.
I ain't talking about that game. I'm talking about the game that counted.
Why my fucking internet keep on going out?
I know it's acting weird. probably because I'm telling you facts, and now the
Can you
Eagles
hear me?
internet want to go bad. Yeah, I can hear you, but the Eagles internet going bad. See how them Cowboys, look at my Cowboys internet, it clear. The Eagles internet over there tripping. Just tell you right now, we the winners and y'all the losers. Feel me? Look at my dog. So he got to go out and come back in. See how that Cowboys internet just be banging. You feel me? It's Cowboys. Come on back in here and get that Eagles internet right, Joe. You feel me? Come on over here and get that Eagles internet right, Joe. Get that Eagles internet
You hear
right,
me?
Joe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
your Eagles internet now.
I knew you was
We
gonna talk shit about
Ethernet
that
here.
internet,
We Ethernet. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You be see. Here's the thing.
bro.
See, I
I
was gonna
had an
talk no
interview
trash.
the
I
other
was
day
being
and
quiet.
it just cut out on me.
Y'all's being cool though, Joe. But see, like I said, you was talking about Gordon Minshew, right? I ain't talking about Gordon Minshew. I'm talking about when that game it counted, when y'all need to come in there and beat us, y'all got smacked again. Like you said, Dak turned up. Show me how many rushing yards y'all had in that game, Joe. Show me how many rushing yards you had in that first critical game. See the Eagles internet going out again. See? I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. You ain't gotta pull it up. I'll pull it up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even gotta wait it up. Feel what I'm saying? I will pull it up for you. Where is it at? Mm-hmm. Don't go nowhere, y'all. I'm gonna pull up that right quick. You feel what I'm saying? Since Joe be talking. He ain't worried about defensive line. That's fine. You do got a good you do got a good offensive line. You do got an offensive line. I ain't hating on that. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Let me go down here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you,
Are you finally back out?
I don't even know
Are
at this
you
point.
finally back?
Honestly, I have no idea at this point anymore. I don't know what the hell's going on with my internet, man. It's all these Cowboys fans. That's what it is. It's all these freaking.
Nah. See, look at it going out. Might have to just cancel the show today. But we ain't gonna cancel till I get this stuff up though. We ain't cancel till I get this stuff.
I don't know
Where is that?
I don't know if it's freaking StreamYard.
41.
Can you hear me now?
You keep on trying to. I can hear you. I'm pulling up
It
these
keeps.
stats because you ain't running away from that. I got.
You ain't running away from that. I don't know what the hell's up with my
Running away
internet
from that.
lately, man.
Okay, yeah. So rushing, Jalen Hurts was y'all leading rusher. You said you ain't worried about our defensive line. Jalen Hurts was your leading rusher with 9 attempts for 35 yards. Miles Sanders, 2 carries for 27 yards. Kenneth Gainwell, 1 attempt for 2 yards. Meanwhile, on the Dallas side, you seen what Dak did to y'all. 21 to 26, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns, 143 rating. Ezekiel Elliott, who y'all say is a bum, who y'all say is done, 17 carries for 95 yards. Tony Pollard, 11 for 60 yards. But yeah, okay. But do I need to tell any more about you Eagles guys? Do I need to tell any more? Because when it counted, that's what happened. Okay. When it counted, Jalen Hurts, that's what happened. And then you know what? I can do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up something else because I'm gonna pull up last year. You know what I'm saying? Last year when Dallas played. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull that up. So we just probably gonna have to. It's probably gonna have to be end of the show because Joe's internet's over there tripping. You know what I'm saying? Joe hiding like hell. Joe, where you at, Joe? You know what I'm saying? But hey, I just showed y'all the facts. When it counted, Dallas done beat the heads in. You feel me? And when Dak has played, he be smashing the Eagles, you know. And I ain't even talking trash. I give the Eagles props. Like I said, Howie Roseman goes hard in the paint as a GM. He is aggressive. I would love for Cowboys to be aggressive like that. You know what I mean? I would love for them to be aggressive like that.
Bro, I don't know what's going on with my internet.
There you go. I threw it up to $5 holla. Appreciate you, Life Crazy, jumping in there. Internet was kind of going out like Joe's. Feel me?
Yeah, this internet. I think it might be restreamed. Keep it a stack.
Might be. That's okay. My restream is
Because
acting
this thing just
perfect.
started going crazy. Yeah, well, it just started going crazy on my end. It just keeps on going in and out.
That's all right. Like I said, I get it. I understand it.
It's pissing
You
me
know what I
off.
mean?
And see, it keeps on going in and out.
You still freezing? I can't hear you. All right, gonna have to wrap it up, big dog.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, so I'm gonna try and get this out before before I get cut out again. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the heck is going on with this internet right now.
Hey, y'all, I'm letting you know before Joe says this. I ethered him. See how we both use Restream. See how mine is clear and his is messed up? Cowboys, Eagles. Cowboys, clear. Eagles, fuzzy. Once again, Cowboys, clear.
Bro, I don't know what's going
fuzzy.
on. I have no idea what's going on. It's driving me crazy right now.
Number 1, Eagles number 0. See that? Make sure you remember that. So we appreciate all y'all. We appreciate the love. He's getting ready to end the stream. We appreciate y'all. I ether them. The internet, Eagles internet is going crazy. Give me them fire emojis before we close out of here. You may not hear the exit. You may just hear us go off, but give us all those fire emojis for all those Cowboys internet out there. We just ethered them. He had to leave just like that. I'm going to go ahead and end the show. You feel what I'm saying? We ethered them boys, man. You see when all that stuff came to him? Just remember this. This is what always happens when the Eagles get to talking, when the Eagles get to chirping. You feel me? We ether them. You get that Eagles internet together because it's all about that Cowboys internet, you baby. You see that? You see that? No, you feel me? Give me them fire emojis. You feel me? It's clear over here. And you see, you hear me clearly. It's strong. It's running it. You feel me? We just had to knock them out the building, y'all. We knocked them out the building as we get ready for week 1. Them Cowboys. And I said we was going to lose Tampa Bay, but now I feel like the Cowboys going to beat Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and probably change that because I feel like this is the best time. If the Cowboys were to win and beat Tom Brady, this is the best time for the Cowboys to beat them. So we already ethered the Eagles. We already got them out of there. We're going to do it again. Going to beat y'all again. It's going to be the first time the Cowboys and the first time a team has repeated champs, NFC champs, and back-to-back years. Now, all the other stuff, I don't know. Came in clear. He didn't want to hear that. He came in clear. He ain't want to hear that, y'all.
It's going to kick me out again.
See all them fire emojis? See all them fire emojis, see all them fire emojis, feel me? Use, you know what I'm saying? Fire emojis. See, he had to go clear it up. He had to go try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? It's Cowboys, baby. It's Cowboys, baby. It's Cowboys, baby. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So, hey, just end the show. Just say we won. Just say we won. It's okay. Just say we won. We got 3-game win streak, y'all. And if you look back before, it's like really, let's go back to, okay, y'all, 2020, y'all, beat y'all in 2020. Andy Dalton smashed y'all. And you know that Carson Wentz game with Ben DiNucci was bogus. You know if Dallas had a decent quarterback, Dallas would have beat y'all because they hung with y'all the whole game. If the Cowboys would have had a decent quarterback, and this is no lie, Dallas would have swept y'all that year too in 2020. No jokes. 2019, what happened? It's the truth. Y'all, and that's why Eagles fans be mad, and I understand. But if you really look at it, son, sweat. 3-game, Andy Dalton beat y'all. Carson Wentz, that was a bogus win. Dallas hung all the way to the very end, and that turned it up. 2019, what did they sweep Dallas in 2019? I don't think so. I think Ezekiel Elliott ran on them. Come on, dog. Just saying. But hey, we appreciate everybody being in the show. Make sure y'all tune in next week as I get ready to end this. We probably won't have the little thing, but make sure y'all tune in because I got to get ready to do an interview. Make sure y'all check out the interviews I got dropping today. Selfish plug. I got a nice top quarterback in Cleveland, Mississippi, 6'3", 215 quarterback, sophomore. He's an animal. As I get ready to close this, Joe Castro's outside. What are you working outside now, dog?
I'm on my phone now.
How?
I'm so tired of Florida. I don't know what the heck happened. If I'm being 100, I don't know what it is. But I wasn't gonna let you keep coming. I heard not let you end that show like that. But I'm sorry, y'all. I really don't know what the heck it is. Me start messing it up because we were fine until the call-ins started coming in. So I'm gonna try and probably because I don't know what the heck, man. I made Eagles Nation look bad. I apologize, y'all. I apologize, but damn, man.
Cowboys. See how we got them?
I hate it.
See how we got them?
But we go. Huh?
I don't know. I can't hear you.
Anybody can hear me? Everybody can hear me?
Was it Burley?
Bird. Oh my God! If it
All right, man. Hey, we out. Tune in next week.
we got
It's going. Tune in next week for sure. We appreciate everybody staying with. We love y'all. Make sure y'all tune in next week because it goes down week 1. Cowboys, Buccaneers, Eagles, Lions. We'll have our breakdown. We'll have the pregame, the pre-show. We'll talk about our matchups. We'll get it. It's finally here. It's ready and popping. And hopefully the Eagles internet is good to go over there. Eagles internet. We don't like Ethering them like that. But hopefully we'll get internet together over there for them Eagles. Let's hope.
I need an Ethernet
now, Cowboys
cord.
fans.
That's what I need.
Hey, he needs the Ethernet. Ethered him today. Okay, he ethered him. So go ahead and end it, Joe. Go ahead and end it, Joe, because you got ethered. Thank you.
Hey man. I appreciate everybody. If y'all can hear me, if y'all can't hear me, I get it. That rocked with us today. Man, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Y'all know what it is, man.